Today, we're diving into a really powerful set of ideas from Korea. We're talking about a deep crisis in leadership, some pretty big cosmic forces, and even a startling prophecy for the very near future. Let's jump right in.
So, the source material we're digging into kicks off with this statement. It's powerful, right? And almost a riddle. The idea is simple but deep. The offices of power, they're all filled. But the real leaders, they're nowhere to be found. This isn't about empty chairs, it's about empty qualifications. And that's really the big question we're tackling. I mean, if the people currently in power aren't the real deal, then what does a true leader even look like? Well, this perspective offers a very specific and honestly, a very demanding answer.
Okay, so first up, let's unpack this core problem. The idea of a nation that has all the positions of power filled, but no one who is actually qualified to be there.
According to this viewpoint, it's everyone, from the very top on down. People might hold the titles, they're called Mr. President or Chief, but they're not truly fulfilling the duties of that role. They're just seen as occupying a seat, driven by their own ambitions, not by a genuine desire to serve the people.
So here's the crucial point. A true leader, especially a president, isn't someone who just wants the power. It's someone who has a genuine love for the people. The source argues this isn't something you can learn. It's a quality granted by heaven itself. And when a leader has that, the people just naturally follow. It's a calling, not a career path.
Now, you might be wondering, how did things get this way? Well, this leadership vacuum isn't some accident. The argument is that it comes from a huge conflict between two opposing forces. One is called ideology, and the other is selfish logic.
And the definitions here are absolutely key. Ideology in this context isn't what you probably think. It's not about politics. It's about a selfless vision for all of society and nature, a force that can apparently tap into cosmic energy. On the flip side, you have selfish logic. And that's described as a counterfeit, just a clever trick people use to make money or help only their own little group. And according to the source, it's absolutely destined to fail.
And this idea of ideology isn't just some abstract concept. It's presented as the real engine behind South Korea's incredible economic miracle after the war. The argument is that it wasn't just about hard work. It was this collective, selfless vision that the heavens actually supported, which allowed for that amazing growth. This brings us to a really fascinating idea, that this whole struggle, this entire leadership crisis, is actually part of a special, unique purpose for the Korean people on a global scale. The source frames Korea in this wild way, not just as a country, but as a kind of international research institute for all of humanity. The idea is that the Korean people are meant to go through these exact problems, to struggle with them, so they can ultimately figure out the right way to lead, and then provide that model for the entire world. And this mission is said to be on a cosmic timetable. So after World War II, the modern nation was founded with the goal of raising heavenly descendants, people who valued knowledge more than money. Then, in 2013, that whole period of rapid growth officially came to an end. That's when a new era began, an era where real ability is supposed to shine. The big problem, though, is that while artists and technicians are flourishing, the true leaders who are supposed to guide everyone else, well, they're just not showing up. So, if the leaders are missing, how does a true one finally emerge? Well, the path that's laid out is, let's just say it's intense. It requires a whole lot of personal sacrifice. The thinking goes like this. To be a leader who can truly serve everyone, you first have to let go of everything that creates bias. This means you have to abandon your loyalty to specific religious groups, your personal friendships, and even your closest family ties. Now, this isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's about preventing favoritism. Only by setting those personal things aside can a person finally see the big picture, the nation, and eventually all of humanity. And the primary obstacle to this kind of leadership is what the lecturer calls organizational cartels. What's that? It's basically any group, a political party, a religious institution, even a social club that has forgotten its purpose and now only exists to serve itself. Their top priority becomes protecting the organization, not helping the public. And the message here is, well, it's stark. There's no room for compromise. According to this perspective, these self-serving cartels are leading the nation straight to ruin, all because loyalty to the group has replaced loyalty to the people. For any real progress to happen, these structures have to be completely taken apart. And all of this, everything we've talked about, it all culminates in the most dramatic part of the source material, a very specific prophecy about a major shift that's supposed to be happening. Well, right now.
The prophecy points to one specific year, 2026. And according to the speaker, this is not just another year on the calendar. It is the Byung-guk-jam, a critical turning point. It's the moment when the entire game is set to change. But this isn't like a light switch flipping off and on. The process apparently began in 2025. It hits its absolute peak in 2026. And 2027 will be a time of settling down and reorganizing things. It's a 3-year cosmic correction. And a very stark warning is given to anyone in a position of power who tries to stand in the way of this change. The claim is that heaven, or the force of nature itself, will step in directly to remove them. Now, this is really important. This change isn't being described as a political revolution or some social movement. It's framed as an unavoidable, natural correction. It's as if the very energy of the universe is shifting, and anyone who's still operating with that selfish logic just won't be able to function anymore. And that leaves us with this final, massive question. If all these old structures, the parties, the institutions, are destined to fail under this cosmic pressure, then what's supposed to rise up and take their place? The source suggests the answer isn't new organizations at all, but rather talented individuals, true leaders who are drawn together by a shared, selfless ideology. It's a fascinating idea to think about.